In this episode, I foot launched the most powerful paramotor I've ever flown. It was amazing, but it almost went horribly wrong about 5 times.
Oh, sketch. Oh, god damn it. Fuck. Holy oh my god.
So this lovely piece of machinery behind me is my trike-mobile, affectionately named Big Bertha. Big Bertha is powered by the Polini Thor 303, the biggest and most powerful engine I own. It's 280 something cc, 38 horsepower, 3-blade, 140 centimeter prop. Ever since I did this engine swap on Big Bertha, I've wanted to foot launch this paramotor without the trike involved. It's kind of an absurd idea because that engine is super heavy. It's probably gonna be 90 to 100 pounds on my back, which is insane. But the amount of power is also gonna be insane. Stay tuned if you enjoy the episodes. Make sure you check out Risky Biscuits Co. TuckerGott.com, first link in the description, for our merch. And if you need ozone wings, harnesses, reserves, hit me up. Let's get into it. Wham bam, that's officially a foot launch Polini 303. Literally like a transformer, a couple minutes, got the harness hooked up. Now what I have to do is the most important part. I need to throw up some ratchet straps on the rafters here and do a hang test. Because this engine is so heavy, I have to make sure that my hang angle is dialed in. What could potentially happen, which would be very bad, is because the engine weighs so much, I'd take off leaning back and looking at the sky, and the engine has so much torque that it could twist me under the risers with that increased angle of attack. So I don't want that to happen. So I'm gonna make sure I have the hang point dialed in. Okay, so here we are with the beast, the Polini Thor 303. In one of the previous clips, I was talking about the hang point. Making sure that I get the right angle with this thing is very important. And unfortunately, I have it set all the way back as far as the hang point can go, and I'm still leaning on my back a little bit. So there's not much I can do about it. And the reason being is that the engine is just so heavy. So I can't really compensate well enough. I think it's within a safe, reasonable angle. However, I am gonna be cautious on this takeoff and make sure that it's not too extreme. And to be honest, I'm a little bit nervous. This thing has so much power. It's the heaviest, most powerful engine I will have ever foot launched. But if it works, it's gonna be sick. So I'm gonna get my wings set up. We're gonna take off. There's absolutely not a soul at this park. I've got the whole place to myself. So let's get ready to rip or something.
So my first few flights on this paramotor were a bit of a show. Right after launch, I had realized that I didn't set the torque compensation up properly.
Let's give it a shot. Wow! Okay, there's definitely torque twist. Going very easy. Left turns. I can feel her torquing. Okay, that is a little bit scary. It wants to turn left bad. That's the direction of the torque. I'm wondering if I should reconfigure these bars.
So right after takeoff, I realized that I'd actually set the torque compensation up in the opposite direction, making the torque that's already bad far worse. As soon as I realized this, I came in for a landing to swap the direction of the torque compensation. Okay, first test flight, not so ideal. This isn't a perfect metaphor, but imagine like a drag car or like an old muscle car with a ton of power, but like skinny tires, so you hit the gas and it just spins out and you lose control. Similar situation with this. I adjusted the harness so that hopefully it compensates better. And hopefully this time I'll be able to use more of the power and actually feel what it feels like to have that much thrust. So up in the air, round 2. So round 2 actually went worse. I dropped the ball again and I took off with a massive tension knot on the left side of my wing. Because it was on the left side, I just assumed that it was the torque pulling me left, didn't notice the tension knot and committed. My mistake.
Holy sketch. Oh, god damn it. I got some in my left lines. So we're gonna win. ASAP.
This tension knot was pretty bad. It was distorting the profile of my wing and pulling brake deflection on the left side. Add in the torque pulling me left, it was a wild ride. I safely came in for a landing and set up for round 3.
God damn it. Fuck.
Round 3 and 4 didn't go much better. After untangling my chase cam a second time, I finally ditched it and then I set up for another forward inflation. This time I think the glider caught on the cage because it's just excessively large. And then round 4, I attempted a reverse launch and fell on my ass because the motor's so heavy. Embarrassing, but that's the reality.
Fuck me.
By the time I got to round 5, the sun was setting, I didn't have much flight time, and my impressions were pretty limited.
There we go. Let's get out of here. Okay, harness adjustment made a huge difference. That's for sure. Wow. Okay, I see you. Jesus. Okay, that climb rate is pretty hefty. Dude, that is full power. And I'm literally on my back going straight up. I don't quite like that. That's a little bit too much.
So after 5 attempts of flying this beast, I called it a successful day of testing. Went home and came back the next day for more.
Alright, so after my first test flight, almost went horribly wrong several times. My goal for this flight is to just get things dialed in. I was a bit uncomfortable on my first few flights, and on this flight I want to get comfortable, see what this beast is capable of. I don't think I want to find the limits, I just want to get a little bit more comfortable and see what she does, which will include some wing rovers. Holy f***ing shit. Oh my god. That was something I've never experienced before. That was so much power in a wing over. I could have just almost power looped. That's an age-old question. Everyone kind of is wondering if it's possible for a paramotor to do a full loop, like backwards, on axis, not like off to the side like a wing over. And so far as I know, it has not been done. And quite frankly, today is not the day, and I don't know if I'm the guy that's gonna do it if it's doable. But whatever that maneuver just was. Woo! Jesus, dude! I feel like I have superpowers. Should we try the most effortless barrel roll? Yeah, stupid easy. Okay, as usual, we have to do a climb rate test, and we're going to do 1,600 feet to 2,600 feet. All right, 1,600, 3, 2, 1. Time.
So here's some conclusions after this test flight. Having this much power gives you so much ability in wingovers. When you roll in the wingover at full power, it just keeps all the tension in the lines, and I know you can go much bigger than I'm going right now. And the only reason I'm not going bigger is because I'm genuinely scared. It's also interesting on landing, feeling that this motor has about 20 to 30 more pounds than my normal motor. You can feel that it has more energy in the glider. After I landed, I gave my buddy Dan a shot at flying it and captured his first impressions.
This could drive you into the ground.
No pressure, buddy. Boo.
Already fell.
He's so dreamy.
You got this, Dan. Make us proud.
The smell of avgas exhaust as Dan launches a literal trike motor on his back. Just beautiful.
Nailed it. All right.
Sure comes in hot, that's for sure. First off, my takeoff, right? I was aiming for the right side of that porta potty,
Yeah.
and like the motor had other plans.
And the torque's like,
It was
not
just going
today.
left so hard, and I was like trying to fight it with right brake, and I was like, I better just roll with it.
Yeah.
So that's why I like darted off on my takeoff. But the climb rate is insane, dude.
Right? Did you hit full power?
Oh yeah, I like held it for a while. Probably climbed like probably 800 feet, I'd guess, under full power.
It's a little freaky.
It is, it's a little intimidating. I thought I was gonna get up there and like want to do barrel rolls and try and go up with it. But like, I was actually intimidated. I was just like, I don't know, man.
That was my whole first couple flights. I was scared. And then this flight, I was like a little more comfortable, but still scared.
I also feel like when I came in and like landed, the swoop was fine. Obviously it doesn't feel any different. But when I sat down, it like really startled me because it was like, I almost went backwards.
Yeah.
It's a little spooky.
Yeah.
I think I could get used to it, but like, yeah, just in like a quick flight, I didn't really want to throw down too hard.
It's not quite comfortable. You look so cinematic with that sunset, Dan.
Yeah, look at you, man. Hey, give us a pout. Give us a sexy pout.
So concluding thoughts on flying the Pliny Thor 303 foot launch. Overall, having this much power is insane. I think if I could physically move the hang point back farther, all the geometry and the weight shift and the offsets of the torque and everything would feel a lot better, but unfortunately I physically can't get that angle dialed in. Having this much power is insane, but at 101 pounds all up, it's not really practical in my opinion. It's a ton of fun, I'm glad I did it. I think I'll leave this in this configuration, fly it a couple more times, see what happens, let some of my friends fly it, and then I'll put it back on the trike. But that's all for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, check out Risky Biscuits Co. First link in the description. Hit me up if you need any ozone wings, reserves, harnesses, things like that, or E-props propellers. Till the next one, have fun, fly safe, peace.
Paramotor.